But you know what? It makes you look beautiful. Nah, it makes you look beautiful, mate. Star quality. Star quality. October Red, I'm here with Johnny Fisher. Southern, soon to be heavyweight Southern Area champion. What are we saying about that?
Soon to be. I like your confidence. I'm confident myself, but I know I've got to do the job first, and that's all that's on my mind. I've got to win. It doesn't matter how I win, just that I win.
What we like about you, Johnny, is that we always see that you're in the gym and you're grafting hard and you train hard. Talk to us a little bit about the challenges in camp that any prospect heavyweight boxer should be looking at this stage of their career.
Challenges. For me, I don't view it so much as challenges. It's a privilege, it's an honour to be in a position I am, to train and to spar these people that I'm sparring. But you've got to take yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit, go and spar in different camps, go and train away. Like I went up to spar Fraser Clark, or when I've gone to Vegas in the past and sparred Takam. You've got to take yourself out of your comfort zone a little bit, because comfort zones, nothing grows there. So you've got to be a little bit uncomfortable, and that's what we've done. The right amount of uncomfortable state is important. You don't want to just be flogging yourself all the time. It's about managing your workload as well, and that's why Mark Tibbs and Jimmy Tibbs are so good.
We talk about that relationship that you've got with Mark and Jimmy from the beginning of your career. They've guided you and got you to where you are today. We talk about titles, and this is the first title that you're going for. You mentioned that it's an honour to be where you are, to be paid to train, to be paid to spar, to be paid to fight. Southern Area, a title that will be good in its own right. Yeah. But what type of titles do you want? Obviously, there's a world title at the end of it, but we talk about career progression.
It's great to think about what's to come, but honestly, all that's been on my mind for the last 6 weeks, 8 weeks, the romantic state of the Southern Area title. I think it's such an old-fashioned, old-school belt. The first step on the journey, I think it captivates me a little bit, and it's an old-school belt, and it'd be great to bring it back to Romford and bring it back to Essex.
We talk about that. Have you got a traditionalist point of view when it comes to collecting the belts? Are you looking to do it that way? Is that the Johnny Fisher style?
I'm not looking to do it anyway. I'm quite happy and quite grateful that we've started with the Southern Area belt, whether it's the English next or it's a youth title or an international title. That doesn't bother me. But it would be nice. It would be an ideal way of doing it. But I know the practicalities of boxing and life is things always change. So all that matters is winning on Saturday first. Otherwise, none of it come to fruition.
Harry Armstrong, your opponent, I've seen him fight Jamie Takivi, somebody that's prepared to go to the distance, can put those rounds in. Yeah. Your thoughts on him?
Very, very tough, durable guy. Never fought anyone as powerful as me. I know Jamie TKV is a great boxer. Got a lot of respect for him. I think I've got that power that can trouble anyone. So we'll see if we can stand up to it.
You mentioned before, I was over earwigging on your last conversation that you was having, that you've actually sparred him. We talk about sparring partners becoming foes in the ring as such. How does that benefit you and also hinder you in some sense?
Yeah, we've only sparred 4 rounds together. It's when I was sparring Chisora at one point and Harry was in the gym. We've sparred Joe Joyce together at points as well when I was right at the beginning of my career. There's little things you can take away, but sparring, there's only so much you can read into it. It's 20-ounce gloves. You've got your big head guards, big protectors on. It's different. It's no pressure. It's different when you fight in front of thousands of people. When you've been building up to it for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, the pressure's on. And I'm used to that pressure. I've done it 8, 9, 10 times. It's been my 10th time doing it. So I'm in a great position for this.
It's hard to believe that you're going into fight number 10 after it just seems like you started your debut the other day, 2 years ago, 2021. It's gone very, very quickly. What attributes do you see that Harry's got that you want to take away from him? I always talk about that because weaknesses are there, but let's talk about making it the Johnny Fisher fight.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I don't care about them. I care about me, and I know what I can do. I know I've got boxing skills. I haven't shown them yet, but I can show them if I need to. But people got to get past that big right hand. I've got that. If it doesn't work, there's other ways I can do it. So I'm fit, I'm fresh, I'm explosive, powerful, young. I can go the rounds. I'm in a great position.
And I will ask this as a young prospect heavyweight, how do you deal with pressure? You know, all right, in the beginning of your career, you manage so you probably get easier wins, easier fights. I'm not saying that any fight's easier. Yeah, you're getting built up, but you're going to get to the point which you are now where people are going to want to say, okay, let's put him in a test. How does Johnny Fisher deal with that pressure?
It's not pressure to me. It's enjoyment. I love being here. Look where we are. I'd love to be here when I was a 16, 17-year-old. I was a boxing fan, and that's all I was. I was playing rugby. Now I'm here, so whatever happens, I've already won. So there's no pressure on me. And as the tests get bigger, the pressure comes off me because I expect the other people to be better. I've had pressure as well. I've had fighting the Spanish champion when I had a broken hand and got cut in the first round. That was tough. I've dealt with pressure on the go in the 6 rounds when I wasn't meant to have pressure. I've had guys that have been fighting other prospects and there's a pressure to stop them quicker and do that, and I've done that every time. So the higher the pressure, the better I am. It's the same as when I was at school. The more pressure on the exam or the more pressure on me getting a good grade, I always seemed to do better when there was more pressure on me. So yeah, I hope I can continue that.
Landing on a good card, a card that may have been in some sort of question at the beginning of the week. Yeah. We're all sat at home thinking, oh dear, is this going to be like Conor Ben, Chris Eubank Jr. part 2? Is the whole card going to be pulled? But what I noticed on your social media is you're still putting up, still training. The show must go on. You remained positive throughout the week. Talk to us about that mindset, Johnny.
Definitely. For me, it doesn't matter. Listen, it'd be obviously a shame if the show didn't go ahead. If it didn't go ahead, it just means I've got to fight in a few weeks' time for the Southern Area title. So nothing changes. So obviously gutting for us as boxing fans. The show, we were looking forward to a good domestic rivalry that's been there for years with White and Joshua. But people have aspects of their life where they'll be working and things get cancelled or things fall through. It's no different for us guys as well. So we just got to do it as professionals and think we've got to carry on as normal.
I'm going to ask you for, how do you think the main card goes? I know everyone's thinking Helenius fought last week. Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a walk in the park. Deontay Wilder got him out in round 1. Gerald Washington's already done him over, etc., etc., etc. Your thoughts?
It's very easy to overlook someone. And you know what happens when you overlook someone. We've seen it before. Not saying Joshua overlooked Andy Ruiz, but we all sort of looked at him and thought, oh, he's no good. And then he ended up getting beat. We've seen with my friend Joe Joyce, maybe guilty of overlooking Zhang a little bit. Same sort of thing. You can never overlook anyone in the heavyweight division. Robert Helenius, big guy, 6'7", 6'8", can definitely punch. Yes, he's been knocked out by other guys, but that could psychologically, your opponent can think, oh, I'm going to do the same. It's never like that. You've got to be, every time you go in the ring, you've got to expect the hardest test possible. So Joshua's got to be ready.
We talk about coming off a short notice win. He literally won a week ago. As a professional boxer, you've just won a fight. I know you'll say, yeah, put me back in next week. Of course you will. But I don't know, not the damage to the body, but the wear and tear through doing rounds. Fair enough, he stopped him in round 4. But it's still a professional contest.
Yeah. Like normally after a training camp, if you've had a long one, you've had a couple back to back, you want to have an extended break. So it'll be interesting to see how that wear and tear does on Helenius. I'm just hearing for the first time that he only went 4 rounds. So he might still be fresh. He might have just been a good bit of preparation for this fight. He might be in a good physical condition. We're yet to see. So, but there are some buts. Normally after a fight, if you're scheduled for an 8 or 10 rounder and above, you have a few weeks off rest afterwards. So it's going to be interesting to see.
We absolutely love it, Johnny Fisher. It's always a pleasure. All the best. And I look forward to see if that belt is going to be put around your waist come Saturday night.
I hope so. I hope it will fit as well after I've had all the Chinese as well. It'll probably buckle.
Tell Dad to stop now.
Yeah, he's got to stop. He's got to eat a little bit. I'll keep telling him, don't worry. He's got to stop. He's got to do a bit of swimming, bit of walking, and it's about gradual changes. Gradual. He's got to get it through his head. It's about gradual changes. He's not got to do no fad diets. Yep. He's got to do it gradually. Bit of walking. Still enjoy yourself because life's not worth living if you don't enjoy yourself. But it's about little incremental changes.
Tibbsy's definitely rubbing off on you. Johnny Fisher, a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Great to see you again. Appreciate it.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.